is very wrong. Tuning into Megan and Tug. Depo drop, what the fuck? It's harassment, defamatory, and pecuniary. Big words, but Megan is your dictionary. Megan and Tug almost breaks down laughing. Fox and umbrella, content drowning and splashing. Pecuniary! Bubbles wants to ask the questions. Shocket slams with good objections. Jeremy hitting with logical reasoning. Forces Bubbles through unquestionable weaseling. Bubbles acts like a broken record. Jeremy stands his ground like an expert. Judge or jury will determine the facts. That's confidential, oh snap. It's harassment, defamatory, and pecuniary. Big words, but Megan is your dictionary. Megan and Tug almost breaks down laughing. Fox and umbrella, content drowning and splashing. Pecuniary, pecuniary, pecuniary. Bubbles wants to ask the questions. Shocket slams with good objections. Jeremy hitting with logical reasoning. Forces Bubbles through unquestionable weaseling. Bubbles acts like a broken record. Jeremy stands his ground like an expert. Judge or jury will determine the facts. That's confidential, oh snap. It's harassment, defamatory, and pecuniary. Big words, but Megan is your dictionary. Megan and Tug almost breaks down laughing. Fox and umbrella, content drowning and splashing. Poor Jeff was left all on his own, cause Megan had Tug on the phone. Something urgent did pop up, but Jeff joins the stream and they're all made up. Now the trio on stream outstanding. So reading, continuance demanding. Just a couple of pages or maybe 10, but it all continues on Tuesday again. It's harassment, defamatory, and pecuniary. Big words, but Megan is your dictionary. Megan and Jeff almost breaks down laughing. Fox and Vice is content drowning and splashing. Content Krampus, Megalodonus, meat sweats begging Megan. Professional.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the very, very late and very gay stream. I have been Tug. We finally woke him up, and he also then had technical problems. Sorry. I was taxi mom today, and the event that my daughter was at was an entire half hour later than usual. So it's just been a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, I got me a nap. Hey, that was all right. You know, I was like, all right. Yeah. And then I couldn't get in. I was like, what in the crap?
I know.
This is wrong. You know?
I know. Of course it's going to happen like on a day when I'm already late, of course, but it's okay. It's fine. We're here now. We're here.
Yeah, it's worked.
J-Hip was holding down the fort anyway, doing his thing. So that's great. He kept he was warming up the crowd, shall we say. And by the way, today I know that there's a couple of new things on the docket, but I don't really care. So I can sum it up by saying this. Marla Hughes did finally put in her motion to have her honey, can you get more ice?
There's not that much ice.
Well, dig around and find some.
I did. That's all basically.
Okay, sorry. Hey. Oh, good Lord. I have everyone in here right now, and now the bathroom door is open, and poor Mr. Fox is taking a shower. Hold on.
Oh, my Lord.
And we have this stupid door. We have this stupid door that it's a pocket door, and it keeps sliding open. So the poor man is in there trying to take a shower, and the door keeps opening. All right. Anyway, I can sum it up by saying this. Marla Hughes finally put in her motion to have the default judgment set aside. And of course, she had some garbage excuse. And
it was in the mail.
And it went to Jacksonville. Well, why did you send it to Jacksonville, ma'am? You're in Gainesville. It's
It's
Gainesville to
all ridiculous
Gainesville.
anyway. It's like, really? Come on now.
Yeah, and the judge, of course, allowed her to get away with it
Yeah.
because that's what he's going to do. We've already seen
Well,
him do
it
this.
says he actually included that in his answer. I get the feeling that sometimes he hears some of the yeah, what exactly you're doing, because he actually put in a little response there, that we don't really like default judgments. That's typically not something that we like in the US anyway. And yeah, people know that anyhow. It's just
Yeah.
no more help for any of these people out there. No more help at all. They got to figure out their own thing. But it is funny. Marla also is like, I was looking for a lawyer.
Yeah.
I was trying to get me one. So we'll see.
Sure. So whatever. I mean,
Oh no, they all bragged about how they weren't doing anything. It's fascinating though, once they were right there on the hook for a lot of money, how they just folded that tin up, didn't they? Because it became very real.
well, it's interesting that the judge, he was able to respond to all these things right away, but he still hasn't been able to bring himself to respond to file those orders that he said he was going to file sanctioning Bruce.
Yeah,
So
3 weeks, man. We were
it's been a
talking
long
about.
time.
It's been several hours. I-
18 years ago.
4 and Sinead O'Connor ago. So I'm gonna start telling people.
So I
Yeah.
decided, instead of talking about Marla Hughes, because I really don't give a crap about Marla Hughes, instead of talking about all that, I'm going to go back to what I want to do, which is to read Shara's deposition, because it is it's shocking stuff. I mean, the last time we read it, we learned that Shara was helping Lynette and John with a free house through Home Depot. We found out that she was negotiating a deal for them to get a free house. And they spit on that idea and just kicked her out of the club. Unbelievable. Because they'd rather get their hands on Jeremy's money, they think,
Yeah,
if they're going to do that.
Of course. I mean, why go for the stuff that well, I don't even know, man. These people.
We also learned that Shara was seriously concerned that Lynette had been talking about murdering her neighbor's dogs, and not Jeremy Hales. There's another neighbor that she has a beef with, shockingly enough. So
I thought she said that she got along with all her neighbors, even though we already knew that wasn't true because we had already seen proof of that. But I still thought she said that she only had to build her fence one way because every other neighbor, they loved and adored them all.
Yeah, that's what she said. But that was, survey says that's a lie. Yep. I think I have a button for that.
Bullshit.
Oh, here.
You are fake news.
Right.
Wrong.
Exactly. I don't think it was the Hudson sisters. It was the other neighbor, but somebody that has Chihuahuas. So yes, we are learning all kinds of crazy stuff. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to spend the next hour reading the deposition, see how far we get. And then we are going to go exclusively over to Rumble. And if you are watching live, the Rumble link is pinned up at the top of the chat. If you are watching on the replay, hello replayers, replay crew, if you want to go to the Rumble exclusive, you're going to have to go to the description of this video, and it is there in the description. You can click the link, go to Rumble, fast forward to where, the YouTube section ends, and then you can go on to the Rumble exclusive. What I have for you tonight on Rumble exclusive is Old Man Yells at Sky. And it's hilarious. We're going to look at an 18-minute video.
I've been looking forward to laughing about that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So first hour here on YouTube, and I will set a super chat goal because we definitely need to get those super chats in before we get over to Rumble, because Rumble, it sucks over there trying to send stuff. I know it's very difficult. So let's set a super chat goal. We're going to go 50 super chats of $5 or higher in 1 hour. Here we go. And we will go exclusive to Rumble. I love going over to Rumble.
Yep.
I absolutely love it there because, you don't have to worry about all the things you have to worry about here. And it's a real pain in the tuchus trying to Figure out what you can and can't say on Rumble. I mean on YouTube, not Rumble, YouTube. God, my brain is fried. I have had so much. My hair is on fire. You want the hair report? My hair is on fire. That's that. I posted this hilarious cartoon of me with my hair on fire on Locals, meganfox.locals.com. You want to check out the content over there? You should sign up. Because this week has been insane. It's been insane in my life since December. It has been a constant dumpster fire since December. And it never stops. I get one thing under control and something else pops off. That's why I haven't been streaming this week during the day. I was planning on it, but I've just had one emergency after the next. I don't know how much more of this I can take, but let me just say that today was one of the most fun days ever because I am dealing with taking down a very bad person. And today he had a very bad day. A very bad day. Tug, I didn't even get to catch you up on it, so we'll have to do that later. But he had a very bad day, and that's one of my favorite days. That is we call it the find out days. You can fuck around only for so long until you find out. And boy, was it satisfying. I wish I could tell you all about it, but I can't. But anyway, it was a good day, even though it's been very, very stressful. Somebody told me today, remind me not to piss you off. It's like, yep, that's always a good rule. And I can hear Jeff in my head screaming, what are you going to do when Megan Fox runs wild on you? And it sucks. It sucks when I get pissed off. It really does. And Tina says, why can't you tell us? Well, some things I just can't. I just can't because they involve other people who don't want it made public. But let me just say that there was a very bad man doing very bad things. And he just had the worst day of his life today. And I'm very thrilled about that. It was good.
It's always a good day. That's always a good day when bad people have bad days.
It's a great day. And you know what? You know what's funny about it? He thinks this is the worst of it. I've got at least 2 more months of hell for him to go through. At least. I'm not finished yet. I like to play with my food a little bit before I devour it,
That's fine.
All right, let's get to the deposition. Here we are. We left off on page 149 of this 363-page document. And we're just going to start at the top of at line number 1. Okay, I think we read some of this, so we're just going to start at the top there. Tug will be reading the part of Randy Chauchet, as Speechify says his name. It cracks me up every time.
That's funny.
Anyway, Tug will be Randy Shockett. I will be playing the part of Shara Wolf. And if you don't know, if you haven't kept up, I did get a couple messages from people who were like, I've fallen behind and I can't catch up in the Jeremy Hales saga. Let me just give you a quick recap. Shara Wolf is the journalist that was brought on to tell Lynette Preston's story. But as she dug into the evidence and watched what was going on, she discovered that she was being lied to. And so she has offered to be a witness for Jeremy Hales. And this was her deposition. And we still haven't finished it all. And there's just some great things in here. And if you haven't caught up and you don't know the story, you'll still be entertained because depositions are fun to read. And you'll catch on. So
Depos are always good, no matter what,
It's true.
That's always the way to roll.
It is.
Man, you know people love you when you put up your freaking stream reminder at what time exactly? Barely, and you still get around 2,000 people, and you're growing because people are figuring out, hey, wait a minute, you are live.
They're live. I know. I'm so sorry. I was so late. But it like the stream and share it. Make sure that everybody knows that we're live, because some people might think, oh no, they've taken the night off, but that's not it. Just life got in the way. Mom taxi service was delayed. Unfortunately, it was a busy day. So, all right, we are at line 1, Mr. Shockett.
Give me 1 minute here. I was playing with AI. Okay. Okay. She doesn't use profanity?
Well, she said that, but I've heard her do it almost in every conversation I've ever had with her.
Indeed. Indeed. That's actually true.
I know.
Do you know that she also said to you, I have no clue what jacked his brain and made him come after me, except that when George, his girlfriend, was on our property, or Martha, and I made her leave because she told me I should give the baby up for adoption.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we've talked about that.
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you know in July 2023 that she, Miss Preston, told Mr. Cook to take down Facebook posts that Mr. Cook had published about Mr. Hale's girlfriend, saying that she had, quote, man, I hate saying this stuff, cancer in the backside.
Good Lord. That I had him take it down?
No, that Miss Preston told Mr. Cook to take it down.
Oh, yes, yes. I think I also told them to take down that terrible page where he had stuff I couldn't. In fact, I may have a screenshot, some of that way back a year ago, and I have to go way into files to see if I did do a screenshot of that. I may have.
So Mr. Cook had posted would it be fair to say, vulgar comments about Mr. Hales? Yeah, that's an understatement.
Very. It was beyond vulgar. It was, I've never seen anybody write things like that before, ever. I warned him. I went into Messenger, I believe, and I said to him, you better control that stuff that you're doing over there. Like, oh, that could be when he sent me that other message where I was warning him, saying what you're writing over there, like, you better stop doing that. Like, that is really, I warned him not to write things like that. Like, he shouldn't be doing that.
What an ignorant fool, I mean, the stuff that's come up by itself with him. Oh man, somebody sent me over some stuff yesterday, by the way, that showcased Marla, which was fascinating. Not just the stuff, that we'd seen, because I've not really seen any Marla stuff. I'd seen Marla stuff, in real time,
in the DMs, DMs and stuff too. Like, she had those awful DMs, like, go for the money. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I forget, some of that stuff there. But the trying to flag down the channel and stuff, I found her and I found Marla Hughes and Lynette Preston trying to flag down Jeremy Hale's channel in October, around 29th, I think it was, 2023. So, it's like, man, that's been going on for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay, let's see. What was on? Oh, here we are. And so, all right. And she, I guess, told you regarding Mr. Cook's posting, I can't tell John anything. Read his page. Yeah, okay. Let me get the whole quote in. I can't tell John anything. Read his page. It's nasty. That's one heck of an admission right there, by the way. I made him take down his stuff that he wrote about Jeremy's girlfriend having cancer in her backside, and what he wrote was disgusting. So disgusting. I told him that he needed to take it down. And she actually provided you a link to the Facebook group where Mr. Cook had made those false statements.
You cut me. Oh no, that's you.
Yeah, you cut me off. Come on. What are you doing? You're going to try to speak over me too. What are you talking about? Miss Preston provided with you a link to the Facebook group where Mr. Cook was making false allegations again, right?
Yes, but may I say one thing? You're asking compounded questions. So when I try to answer the first part, you're asking another question. So that's why I'm getting confused. I'm sorry. If you could do one question at a time, it would help me.
Sure. If I ask a question, any question, then you need me to rephrase it just
Yeah, thank you.
See, he didn't even finish the answer. That's hilarious.
I know she still didn't let him finish it.
That is good. I like it. That's actually funny. Okay, so do you understand? You understand that question?
Yes, I was directed to where it was, and I couldn't believe what was on that page. Honestly, it was.
It was, So, do you know whether or not Mr. Cook did anything as a result of you saying to him, take it down?
I don't know, because he was not at all ever. Well, he was always abrasive with any communication with me.
Abrasive.
Like, so I don't know if he would ever respond to anything I would say. Like,
Okay, well, I'm going to go to the next paragraph, which is on July 27th, 2023. And it was told to you amongst other people's in a Facebook group. Do you know that he said, well, it sounds like we got rid of Martha. That's pretty nasty though. Lord, she doesn't want
Yeah.
she doesn't want to come back. We just got rid of him. Mr. Hales.
it says we just got to get rid of him.
We gotta get rid of
So we got rid of her. Now we need to get
Man.
rid of him.
Ugh, I don't know. I'm like reading over this stuff right this minute. I'm still trying to wake my mind up.
But that's
man.
interesting though, because it's like it looks like it sounds like we got rid of her. We just got to get
We got
rid
to
of
dump
him.
him too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
that's really
when-
interesting.
Well, it's fascinating because we're still stuck in the discovery process, and I'm curious. Sounds like they didn't turn anything over. That includes messages that we know exist 100%. The stuff with the Shara has shown us. They didn't bother to turn any of that over, even though they're having communications, from these accounts. They were ordered to turn over with social media. I mean, we know that they were having them. The John Cook stuff is pretty damning.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your reaction?
If that was in the group message, I never saw that message. In fact, those messages were in the recent video that I put out.
Yes.
They added me to she would add me to these groups, and I would tell her, I don't even want to be in those groups. I don't like to be in groups. I don't get involved in that stuff. But she added me to a group. I might have popped in there once or twice, made a couple of comments, and I was out. I never read their threads. I didn't get involved in all the little, it was all like small talk, like blah, blah, talk but between all the groupie type of people. And I didn't want to be involved in this groupie thing that was going on. So, but recently I started going to all the archived chats that I could have, that I had access to, and that's when I found it.
I see. Okay. Well, we thank you for providing it. So now let's.
Well, I can tell you this. When I saw it and read it, I felt like I was going to fall off my chair. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, because it confirmed the feeling I had when I saw something that he wrote to me in my messenger, which I didn't see when he first wrote it to me. As you scroll down, you could see where I started questioning him on it was down lower, because they would raise, she was writing so much stuff to me that I didn't see half the stuff they were writing, because it was like constantly, it was unbelievable. And I went back and started reading some of his chat, and that's when I saw it and questioned him on it down lower. And then I questioned her on it as well, because I was very concerned over that.
Okay.
She assured me that he was just talking.
Just talking. Huh? Interesting. Okay. We're gonna be here all let's go for like 30 minutes for lunch. So this is our lunch break here. 12:30.
Okay, so they're going to lunch, taking a break. 12 would be inaudible. 1 would be fine. Let's go to 12:30.
19.
Here we are.
All right, let's go to 12:30. It's fine. All right. Do you know that on July 30th and 31st, 2023, Mr. Cook said to you amongst the group, quote, "This is why we got to finish the job on Jeremy. Just because he gets arrested doesn't mean we stop nailing." I think this is a typo. Into a cross or him to a cross.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Is that even legal? It's just quoting, by the way. Is that even legal? Can we really do that, though? All these types you find like this put themselves on a pedestal. Real AH, standing for a-hole. You've seen how he's bragging on how he can't believe God has given him so much wealth. And look at that freaking money thing. That just tells you. I mean, the vitriol is
Envious.
based on money. Yeah.
So
So
envious.
they want to destroy him. Actually, they want their payday. They've said money again and again. It's crazy, you know. Well, he better watch it because God giveth and can also taketh. That's so gross, man. He better watch it because now he's creating a bunch of ops that will go against him. Looks to me the party has already begun. Lots
This
of
guy
people
thinks
now.
he's a super spy. He thinks he's CIA. A bunch of ops. Who talks like this?
It sounds like he's a, you know, it sounds like that, you know, all the stuff they've been doing behind the scenes, though. Like it's their
Mhm.
low budget admission.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's
He's
an
like,
admission.
yeah, we got it going on. Lots of people now dropping him like a hot potato. Boy's mouth is so dangerous in this type of talk cause people to get hurt or gets him hurt.
I found that in that chat that I went into the other night. I had not seen that at the time.
So looking at it now.
Yeah, it's there. It's in that chat.
Okay, looking at it now.
Looking at it now.
Reading that now. The first time you're reading that now, or reading it when you first saw it now, and doing your research, you agree with me that those last two paragraphs, 38 and 39, are threats to harm Mr. Hales financially.
Yes, I think it's threats to harm him in all ways.
Yes.
I felt that he was in danger when I read that. Or get some hurt means that came out of Mr. Cook's mouth in his text, or gets him hurt. I take that as
Physical?
physical harm.
Indeed. You know, nailing him to a cross and stuff too, that's
Yeah.
probably not the, you know, the fun workout we've all come to love and, you know, enjoy in our lives.
Yeah, nailing him to a cross, literally Roman torture. He's discussing.
That's just nuts, man. These people behind the scenes, and they were dumb enough to do it. I mean, again, you know, you forget about this kind of stuff. As this stuff just drags on and drags on, Bruce became part of this sideshow too. You forget just how nasty they had been about talking about doing legit harm. You know, it's easy for people to forget that if they pop in.
Mhm.
They forget about the protective orders, you know, all this other stuff. So, right. And do you know, and you know, there's a permanent injunction that Mr. Hales has against Mr. Cook right now.
Yes, and I didn't agree with that when it was happening. And after seeing this and understanding the totality of what's going on here and hearing those police records after Jeremy did release the one record with the hit in the mouth and then the police record, I realized that injunction is necessary in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fascinating. The more they talk about how it's fraudulent and this and that, you start realizing, wait a minute, maybe it really is needed.
Rosalind Duke, that's Mrs. Nasty to you.
That's funny. So, yeah, I believe that at the time.
Oh, wait.
That's you. My bad.
That's
Right.
me.
And you're aware that Preston says that it's a fraudulent injunction. My bad.
Yes, I believe the same at the time. I saw it almost as frivolous complaints, you know, them walking, you know, along the property and then him driving. All of that to me felt, but in looking at these comments and the totality of the situation that Mr. Hales understood and I didn't at the time, Mr. Hales was fighting for his safety and well-being and sense of security, in my opinion, after reading these messages. It's clear to me it wasn't frivolous.
It's interesting. I do have to give Shara credit too, because a lot of people, they don't dig out of a mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just stay in it. They just allow themselves to be like, it doesn't matter what these people do. They can just keep ruining folks.
Yep.
And thank you. Okay. How about on August 8th? That's probably the same string that, do you know that Mr. Cook stated in a chat I'm not worried about him. There's an old saying, the older you get, the more life imprisonment doesn't mean shit.
Oh yeah, same chat.
Have you ever heard that, by the way? Have you ever?
No, that's the first time I ever heard that particular idiom.
Yeah, man, I don't know though. Then again, like when I was when I was raised on many a great statement from my grandfather, it probably wasn't coming from, I don't know, ye old police station.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a mess there. Okay, so you didn't see that until after.
I didn't see any of that. I wasn't part of that conversation. I didn't see any of it. And I can tell you, when I saw that, there's only one thing that could mean. Somebody gets life imprisonment when they kill someone. That's the thought that came to my mind. Who would write that? People say things that they really feel, I think, inside themselves. Who on earth would write that in a chat to people, to individuals?
What else could it mean? I mean, honestly, how else can you frame that other than it's a
Life
straight up
imprisonment?
threat?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's nothing else that you go to life in prison for, except violent crimes.
Yeah, that has to be a end your life in crime. I mean, that's pretty much.
Yeah, does anybody get life in prison for a crime that doesn't end in murder? There might be something.
Not many things.
Not that I know of.
It usually involves trying that and failing, if nothing else.
Yeah. Life in prison is a harsh sentence saved for murderers.
That's a wild statement.
Mhm.
I'm willing to risk that. Who cares? And that was in August 2023. That's when Mr. Hales had announced that he was going to be seeking an injunction protective order against Mr. Cook and Miss Preston, right?
He sure sensed what exactly he was protecting himself from. And I'm sorry that I didn't know. I'm really, really sorry about that. I'm sorry, Mr. Hales. I'm really sorry.
That's interesting. Why go from answer to witness?
I don't know.
That is strange. Okay. On August 22nd, 2023, I think Miss Preston forwarded you a website link with a comment. The website was titled Jeremy Hales of What the Hell's comes on a homophobic tirade. Fake man. Fake man. What's up? and then do you remember her sending you a website link that said that?
Never sent me. Well, yeah, she sent me the link. I never went to it. I never touched it. Anyone that sent me links, I went to John's page only because I wanted to see what he was writing there, but I didn't want any part of that. I removed myself from that completely. Like anything I saw of that, I didn't want anything to do with.
Was he writing on his on a YouTube page as well, or because she said I went to John's page only because I wanted to see what he was writing there. So is he writing on a page itself?
A Facebook page, yeah.
Okay, so
it was one of those Facebook pages that they started, but I believe that one's been deleted now as well.
Yeah, so they've ghosted everything, and that's fascinating. Again, judge better look at that, and be like, yeah, there's that's defamation. The stuff that she brings up and has access to and is showcased, we have seen the proof of by itself. I mean, it shows staggering amount of just insanity. So, right, she sent you the link where you could read that title, and that said,
I saw the title. Hang on a second. Mods, by the way, I just want to say I appreciate you. Thank you so much for doing your job and for upholding the rules of the chat. Anybody who is unfamiliar with the rules in the chat, we don't have a lot. You can say whatever you want. Just don't get me in trouble with YouTube. If you're on the other side, you can express yourself freely. Just don't spam the chat and, try to get along with people and be reasonable. But yeah, we don't need to police everybody's speech as long as it's not being disruptive. If you guys start, fighting and stuff, we're going to have a problem. I'm going to pull over and you're going to be sorry because I'm in a mood today. My hair's on fire. Trust me, you don't want to mess with me today. Understand,
My
chat?
hair is
Now be
on fire.
good.
Oh no.
Just
Ghost
be good.
Rider.
Good. Be good. Yeah, I'm Ghost Rider today for sure. For sure. I'm not putting up with any foolishness today. Not today, chat. I know I love you. Don't make me send you to the corner. And mods, thank you for doing your job. I know it's a thankless job. It is a thankless job, but you can do it. Hey, you know what you guys should be fighting about? Who can send the most super chats in the next hour to get us to Rumble? Because if we don't hit it, we're not going to Rumble because I got laundry to do. I could go and just spend time with my speed queen instead of sit around and listen to old guy with dementia screams at sky. Now, I know you are going to like it because it's hilarious, but I've already seen it twice. And
Speed Queen sounds interesting. Like they could have a few meanings there.
I know. Next thing you know, Megan Fox is on speed. That's gonna be the new the new rumor that flies around. So just you guys in there, just quit your bitching, okay? And send in the super chat so we can get over to Rumble. All right. Thank you, mods. By the way, you're doing a wonderful job, and I appreciate you. All right. All right, where are we at?
We are on line 6, I believe. And that was provided to you by Miss Preston on or around August 22nd, 2023.
Yes.
During a time when Mr. Hales had already announced that he was seeking an injunction against Miss Preston and Mr. Cook in Ohio.
Yes. And, whenever.
Okay, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sorry?
Write that. I don't know the date of the injunction. If you can just give me the date of the injunction, then I could say it was around that time, but I don't know.
September. We actually need to put something together with that too. What has happened after said injunction? With the timeline. We need.
Yeah,
we
I
need
do
a
have a
timeline.
timeline. I do have one. I need to update it. I have one, but it needs to be updated.
We need
with
like
the,
a visual
contempt orders.
timeline.
Yeah.
That shows all of these actions, and it shows very clearly like where that is. That way you can see again that they don't care, they don't stop, and they play the victim while doing it all. It's fascinating. It is fascinating. I've seen people do some crazy stuff, but usually when you're gaslighting people that hard, you usually don't have a protective order that you violated multiple times against you while you're doing it. Okay, so September. Okay, the injunction was issued in the next month, September.
Okay, it was around the time that he was seeking to get one.
Okay. In forwarding that link to you, Miss Preston said to you, the gay community is not happy.
Yes.
Did you ever follow up with her on that?
I didn't even respond to her on that. I didn't want any part of that. I felt it was a very wrong thing to do.
The gay community is not happy about this. Oh, man. Okay. And that happens to be the same day that Miss Preston wrote the email and contacted the mayor of Peninsula. At least, hey, you know what? I've messed up many things, but I didn't call it Pensacola again.
You didn't.
Ohio. That's awesome. Did you know that?
No, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, it looks like she, the same day, Miss Preston sent you that link about calling Mr. Hales goes on, that Mr. Hales goes on a homophobic tirade. Then same day, she sends an email, contacts the mayor of hometown in Peninsula, Ohio. And we've already discussed that, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. In that email, do you know that Miss Preston makes false statements about Mr. Hales?
At the time, I didn't know what was the truth and what was the lie, but I mean, oops.
As you sit here now, do you know that the email that she sent to the mayor of Ohio, Miss Preston, made false statements about Mr. Hales?
Yes.
And she stated, Mr. Hales bullied our town clerk into a stroke, right?
I cannot. Yes, she did say that. And I have I cannot answer to any medical conditions that I have no records on, or I have no medical opinion because I'm not a doctor, obviously.
Okay.
I did feel concerned for Mary at that time, but that's a separate case.
Gotcha. And you said that she said that Mr. Hales has bullied and belittled and humiliated me, destroyed my tortoise rescue.
Yeah.
That's fascinating too. So, destroyed my tortoise rescue. We just saw the money that was behind selling jewelry and whatnot, right?
Yep.
So how has that happened if it's all been destroyed?
Mm.
That's fascinating.
Was it ever
So
not destroyed? Was it ever thriving though? Really?
well,
Was it,
that's a question too. You know, that's actually a very fun question there.
was it ever real?
Yeah, was it ever really like taken off and amazing? No,
I'm
that's a
not
very good
sure.
question. Is that as you said here today? Has your tortoise rescue been destroyed by Mr. Hales?
No.
Has your tortoise rescue ever been destroyed by anyone?
No.
I would rather have a question. Has your tortoise rescue ever rescued anything? You know, I mean,
but I do have concerns about the animals, and she was, you know.
yeah. And do you know that Miss Preston told Mr. Hales, Mayor in Peninsula, Ohio, that Mr. Hales called CPS with false allegations 7 times?
She said that he called?
Yeah, 7 times.
I don't believe.
Yeah. So, do you acknowledge that's a false statement about Mr. Hales, right?
Yes.
Now it's grown to what, 30? Isn't that
Yeah,
the last?
they say 30 now.
Yeah,
They
30
just keep
times,
adding
Mr.
numbers.
Hales. Yeah, well, why not? 72. Oh, Lord. Okay. And do you know, she said Mr. Hales did this, quote, all because I ran for office and he thought I might get it over the tree stranger.
She said that to me.
She needs a shirt that says that, by the way.
Tree stranger, totally.
Yeah, she does. She needs something or a mug sent to her for it. So she's saying that because she became a public figure and running for office, that Mr. Hales, just because of that, destroyed her tortoise rescue.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
That's not true, right?
Not true. Not from what I see, in my opinion.
Okay.
But she convinced me of all these things.
Right. And in trying to convince you all these things, Miss Preston also told you this video shows the true Jeremy Hales, the one he edits out and hides. He's stalking my family, my children's. He's stalking my child. And bullying and harassing me. That was just like her. She started to speak, and you got Lynette speaking over him, belittling me and lying about me to everyone because I ran with Tree Stranger for a seat on our board.
He is not stalking her child.
So that's a false statement also that you made about Mr. Hales, right?
Yeah, he's speaking up for an innocent child at risk.
And then she also continued in saying this to you, correct? That, quote, Mr. Hales calls names, bullies people, abuses people for financial gain, and you thought it was funny. He's not funny. His ex-wife and children's didn't think he was funny. Man,
I think he's very funny. I think it's very funny.
When do they start? When did they bring his family? Well, what was the date on this? This
on
text
this deposition?
right here? No, this text right here. Do you remember? Or did he say when this message was sent over?
No, it doesn't say. Wait, did he say that? Wait, hold on. That was on the Ohio when he sent it to the Ohio mayor. So around September, before he put in the protective order.
When did they make contact with his family?
After that.
So
Wasn't it after that? I think it was.
I kept thinking too. So I mean, again, chat, you guys might know better because I find that interesting that she's bringing up ex-wife and kids because that contact there. I wonder where that originated from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, she's bringing them up. They've already discussed it. They've already been bringing all that in. And
Well, I
on
know
top
that the
of that-
ecosystem definitely contacted his kid after this because we were not reporting this when Jeremy was getting the Ohio protective order. By the time we started reporting, he already had
it was well after this, right?
Well
I mean,
after. So he got in September. We didn't start reporting until that January or February, right around that time.
mhm.
And then it was several months after that before they put his son on YouTube.
So I mean, it's just and they went after records and stuff, but it looks like it was already something that they were planning.
Looking into. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're already talking about it. So, no one here thinks he's funny. Causing our town clerk to have a stroke was not funny. She sent that to you, but it was directed to the Mr. Hales mayor of his hometown in Ohio, right?
Wait a minute. She told me on the phone first. She told me on the phone that she had written the mayor. And I said, what? I was in shock. I said, how could you do that? I said, what did you send him? Send me what you sent him. I need to see what you sent him because I'm collecting the case. And she sent me the message.
Indeed. That's a good question. That's a good statement. Why in the hell would you write the mayor of this place and do that? First of all, what did you think that would accomplish?
Mhm.
That's trying to destroy somebody. That's trying to destroy them at the highest levels of authority too. It makes you wonder who else she sent messages like that to as well.
Yep.
I'm sure that when just Otter Creek, I bet you there have been some crazy things that have been sent out between her, Bruce, when you put them together and their letter writing garbage. Holy crap, man. Okay. And we have those hers sent into you. So we have the document. That's fine. Okay. And so, that after a full hearing in September 2023, the Ohio court issued a 2-year renewable restraining order injunction in favor of Mr. Hales and George against Miss Preston and Mr. Cook, right?
Okay. Which part am I? It's hard for me to read and listen at the same time. If you could just point exactly where we're reading on which, because I need...
Covered. Okay. You didn't know the month. Is this seeing this refresh recollection that this September 2023 that the Ohio court issued the injunctions against Preston and Cook
Yes.
in favor? Note that, by the way, because we saw other things saying, and even Miltoast said that John Cook was saying we got one against Jeremy Hales. So it's in favor of Mr. Hales.
Yes.
And George.
Yes.
Okay. When that happened.
Wait, sorry. This, for some reason, I can't make it go. It just goes to the next page.
What was if? Okay, now we do it.
Okay.
Miss Preston, Mr. Cook's reaction to being ordered to have no contact with Mr. Hales.
They became more frantic.
That's kind of a fascinating descriptor, isn't it? Frantic.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's a good descriptor.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting though. Getting hyped up, and crazier. So, what do you say? Why do you say frantic?
Just more talking, frantic, run on. I don't know how to explain it. I've never just more hyped up.
Hyped up. Huh. They increased their activity.
Yeah, it made him more hyped up. She just got more upset and hyped up.
More upset at Mr. Hales?
Yes.
And in your interactions with Miss Preston, did she understand what she was being restrained and enjoined to do from doing involving Mr. Hales and or George?
She understood, and she was, according to her, abiding by the order. But
Yeah, she totally was, right?
Uh-huh.
Did you ever see the order?
You know, it may have passed somewhere in communications, and because I'm not a lawyer, I didn't really I believe in the very beginning when Mr. Matskin first wrote me. Let me just go back into my memory for a minute.
We are after lunch. We're going to talk a lot about your interactions, and you provided me with several documents.
Well, it relates to the order. It relates to the order.
Okay, yeah.
I believe he was asking me for that particular order, and I don't think I had that order, and I told him that I really couldn't give it to him because at first I really didn't know who he was, and I didn't want to give any of our documents out. I don't do that. And then I asked him to ask her for it, so there could be a chance I didn't have it at the time.
Okay.
When I asked her for documents, she would get upset, and I would say, well, you've got to give me that document. Or, when you're working on a case and you're trying to help someone, you need to have the documents, right? The documents are what counts. So I would ask her, okay, something happened there. Give me that document or give me that. Let me look at the documents. And she didn't like that. So she had a lot of times didn't give me the documents.
That's wild too, isn't it? Hey, you need to help me out, but you need to believe exactly what I'm saying.
I'll tell you this. This is one of the biggest red flags as a journalist. So this has happened to me before too, where someone will contact me and they beg me for help. And the very first thing I do is I say, I need all the documentation that you have. I need every court filing and I need everything. And here, I need this. I can give you one specific example. Actually, it was kind of a high profile custody thing. And someone had their children removed and it was a famous person. It was a famous person's family, and the famous person got custody of these kids. And she was asking me, I got screwed and this man is trying to, do bad things to me. So I said, okay, send me all the documentation. I need to read it. She refused to send me anything. And I'm like, ma'am, I cannot help you if you don't send me documentation. I need the CPS report. I need all the court records. And if you don't give those to me, I can't tell your story. And to me, that's a huge red flag. That means somebody isn't telling me the truth. That's exact. And I encounter that all the time.
That's wild though. When people think they can do that. Yeah. I've encountered people before that have been very shady, let's just say, about asking for help. And some people are like, that might surprise a few folks. If you ever go out and if I ever want to talk about some of the folks that have tried to make contact and ask for help, it is kind of fascinating. Like who will make it, but yeah, you can always tell. That's one of the things I think with Jeremy. Again, he wasn't at the beginning, he wasn't standoffish in any way, shape, or form about that. He was just like, yeah, here. In fact, I've got screenshots of all of this stuff. Let me show you. When people are excited to show you their evidence, I think that's a huge tell. That doesn't necessarily mean they're in the right, but it means that they think they're in the right, which is a big one.
Yep. Absolutely. And also, like in Jeremy's case, there hasn't been one question I've had that he hasn't answered with evidence, not just his word, but he has documents to back it up every time. He's very good at keeping records.
Where are we at in our super chat run, by the way?
Let me see. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get to Rumble. We're at 24. We're halfway there. So you're working on it, chat. You're doing good. You're doing real good. And by the way, if you can't afford to send super chats, I never want you to do it. Do not send me your ramen money. Absolutely not. I only want your Starbucks money because you don't need that crap anyway. It makes you fat and sick, and it's way overpriced. By the way, Dunkin' Donuts has something called a Dunka Latte or something. It's very good. Try it. The iced and it's not like $10 like the Starbucks drinks. I had one today and I was like, wow, that's delicious. So don't send me your ramen money. But if you can afford to send a super chat, send one. And if you can't, then make sure you hit the like button and subscribe because that is every bit as important to me. as super chats as well. By the way, if you guys are following the Karen Reed trial, make sure that you head over to Nick Rekieta's channel and watch him and Andrew Branca covering it. It's been really good, really, really good. I've been having a lot of fun watching that.
I didn't get a chance to tune in that much today. I caught some of it. You know, they were entertaining from what I saw.
Oh yeah, my favorite part is when Nick's like, "I gotta go. I have to run to probation. I'll be back."
That's funny.
I know.
He's like, speaking from experience with the system here. Like, all right.
I know.
Fun times there.
You missed it this morning. He introduced himself as an expert in Minnesota narcotics law.
Oh no.
I'm so happy he's getting past all of this and moving on and going back to work.
Well,
It's
that's good. That's the only way that this stuff works at all is he's gonna have to be able to he already has thick skin, very thick. I mean, people can't imagine having to deal with all this stuff anyhow. I can't imagine in any way, shape, or form.
I can't either. But his chat has been giving him tons of love, and I'm very, very proud of all of you who've been over there giving him support and encouraging him. And just being nice, it's great to just be nice to somebody who's had a rough time, whether or not it's his fault. It doesn't matter. Like when you fall down and people kick you, it sucks.
At the end of the day, I mean, after a year or something, maybe, maybe you can root for people to get back up again,
Right. Like, okay, fine. You took your hits, but let's try and help at this point. But no, his stream's doing really well, and people are being really good, and lots of love is happening over there. So it's great. I've been listening to it all day. In fact, I went to a yoga class and I almost didn't I tried not to take my headphones out, and I was like, crap, I can't concentrate on both. I'm going to have to take my headphones out. I was trying to do yoga with the Karen Reed trial in my ears, and it didn't work out so great, but yeah, I know. I'm addicted though. That trial is already wild. It's already ridiculous. We already had, there was somebody on the stand today who perjured herself in front of the grand jury and admitted it. Wild stuff, you guys.
They really want her to go to jail. Like, they really want it. And typically when the state or, they want you to go to jail, you got a problem. Like, you're probably going to go to jail problem. It every now and then does not turn out that way, but in this, with all of the conflicting issues that you've had, all of these issues with prosecutors and more, that's the kind of stuff in movies would be enough to stop anything, right? But in real life, you just press ahead. I mean, it's just wild.
It's crazy. It is. So yeah, it's definitely it's a wild trial. And so if you want to, and Andrew Branca has been on that stream as well. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, you should go to the Law of Self-Defense on YouTube and make sure you subscribe. Branca is great. He's been and they're explaining everything as it goes along. It's been really entertaining and informative as usual. I've really missed Rekieta on these streams. I really have. So it's been good.
Well, seeing him back at a good flow, positive places, it's kind of nice, to be honest. Again, you root for people to do better for themselves. So I'm happy. We don't get a lot of redemption stories,
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either. I think everybody should just keep on hoping for the best, because people do make mistakes and fall back down, and you should always be rooting for them to get back up, no matter what. So the Rumble link is working, guys. Somebody said Rumble's not working. It is. It's not, isn't it? It better be. Yeah, it's on. Rumble works. I didn't say no Rumble. The Rumble chat is panicking. You're on Rumble right now. I didn't say no Rumble. And Pebbles, thanks for the Rumble rant. I see that. I'll add you to the total. Let me scroll up real quick. Oh, there's a couple of them over there. All right, so I need to add 1, 2, 3 to the total. All right, so we're good. We're getting there. You guys are doing good.
We're close. I see the number there. We're getting close. We're running.
30. So we're at like 31 because there's 3 over on Rumble. All right. All right, let's keep going. Where are we at?
Give me a second. I lost my place.
I think we're at
Two.
line
2, yeah. All right. Recently, the last couple of months, she started to post information about Miss Preston and Miss Cook. Miss Preston and Miss Cook. Yes, okay. I did look at that right. I was like, well, they need to get it. Okay. On YouTube. Is that right?
I started posting stuff about them.
Yeah, right. You know, on your YouTube page, you know, making videos.
Oh, in the YouTube, yes, because I've been doing on the Facebook for a while, like going back a year.
Right, the YouTube. So on YouTube, and we'll play it. Oh, so they played some of the stuff off YouTube. That's interesting. But there's an audio recording that says that you played, and it's Miss Preston, and I'll ask you about it, saying this, and I'm starting at when it came out. Thank you, quote, thank you for all you're doing. I mean that with all my heart, helping me stop him. Help me stop him, bury him, and get this case against him. It's going to be the greatest thing on earth for me. Huh. Fascinating. I'm going to sue him, and I hope to God he settles out of court and gives me enough to finish my house, pay off my stuff, and get my ex-husband living somewhere else. Amen to all of it. Here's yet another statement. Again, she made out of John Cook. But remember, she's never made any statement about John Cook that was negative, right?
Mm-hmm. I didn't hear that until days ago when I went back way deep into the Messenger, and I listened to it, and I recorded it off it was right there on my Messenger.
That's funny, man. Okay, so I don't use Facebook. Hey, I haven't been using it until this case came up.
I know, me either.
You know, but I go over there and look at stuff. I have people dig up a lot, so forgive me. I have one, but I don't use it, and I really don't know like the ins or outs. So can you leave a voice file on a messenger?
She left me voice files on Messenger. I have never once left her a voice file, or anyone. I don't do that. But she left me voice messages in Messenger from time to time. I missed this one. It was at the very beginning. I didn't even realize it was a voice message in the very beginning because I've never done that myself. And I went back into the archives recently, all the way up, and it takes a long time to get in there. You have to go like hours in, and it keeps like knocking you off. It's very hard. But I went in there and I saw that and listened to it, and there it was.
And you still have that?
Yes.
Okay. And it's actually on Facebook.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Let me stop sharing. We're going to do something now. It sounds like they're going to do a trust exercise or something.
It does.
You know?
All right, now fall back. Close your eyes and fall backwards.
Yeah. We'll see. Mr.
Preston, open your mouth.
We will have Mr. Hales. We will have Miss Preston. We'll have Mr. John Cook. They'll all be behind you, and we'll see which one catches you. You know, when you fall. Wait a minute. Oh.
I know who would. For sure, every time Jeremy Hales will save you. Yep, for sure.
Yay, John, try to. Oh, no, that's my wallet. I think it'll be an appropriate time to do this before lunch. Hang on.
Okay, if I drink a little water, I'm like so thirsty.
Drink water? What? No, I didn't say that.
I like his answer.
You can get some popcorn because I'm going to play this. Oh my God. Get your popcorn on, baby.
Get your popcorn out. This is going to be good.
And I may stop and ask you some questions too, but okay. So I want to share the screen too once I start this here. And I hope you can hear this. If you can't hear it, it's a problem. But let's see. Let's play it. Can you see this?
Yes. Oh, we get to be Miss Preston. All right. You get to be Miss Preston, I guess.
Oh my God.
Because I like your Preston.
Precious. I'm just going to do rap. Man, that'll kills my voice. Thank you for all you're doing. I mean that with all. Let me just stop there. Wait.
Can we
Can you hear that?
Yes, I can.
All right, I'm going to start it over again. What, Randy? You mean I have to do that again, Randy? Thank you for all you're doing. And I mean that with all my heart. Helping me stop him and get a case against him is going to be the greatest thing on earth for me. I want to sue him, and I hope to God he settles out of court and gives me enough to finish my house, pay off my stuff, and get my ex-husband living somewhere else. Amen to all of that.
Audio recording stopped.
You know what's fascinating about that? Look at the order that it comes in. You know, John Cook is such a monster according to her, but he is not the top priority.
He's the last priority because she has no intention of getting anywhere away from him at all. He's part of the scam.
Well, and it's fascinating too, because when you're talking about when you're talking about the safety of other folks as well, if somebody's a monster, I was looking at a message that she had sent at one time. You know, it was one talking about how terrible he is and blah, blah, blah. It's fascinating some of the things she said about him. Again, you know, she brought up in message about the ashes in the shed. I mean, that was brought up. And so much other stuff. You know, not just in the voice, but also in one of the items she sent. I didn't realize until after we heard that, by the way, that she had brought up the ashes in the shed before that. I probably saw it. I just never registered how jacked up that actually is. You know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. I think we have done it. I know it says we haven't, but we did hit the goal because a couple of you sent some cash apps and stuff too.
No, mine says we did. Actually, I see it.
Oh, good. Well, the YouTube one doesn't, probably because it got started after there were a few in there.
Oh, it's on the thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was looking at the Streamyard and it bounced up though. If you look at the number on Streamyard.
Yes, the one on Streamyard, you can see it. Yeah. So we are going to stop the deposition here. I'm going to hit the super chats and then we are going to head over to Rumble.
I forgot you have that thing on the screen that says something, but the one up here actually logged it. So, is it a number?
Yeah, it says 53. It says 53 right now.
Does
it doesn't count. Okay, so for whatever reason, it doesn't count memberships and it doesn't count super stickers either.
That's weird.
But I count them because I can see that.
It should count. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, we did hit that for sure.
But you don't get the big, there. The confetti or whatever unless you hit it according to YouTube's rules. So that's it. Don't worry about that. I'm counting correctly. Okay, so I'm going to hit super chats and then we're going to head over to Rumble. If you don't know where the Rumble link is, look at the top of the chat. It's pinned there, or you can go to the description of this video. Rumble is free. It is just like YouTube. You do not have to put your credit card in anywhere. If it asks for your credit card, just X out of that screen and continue on. And you will not have to give your credit card. All right.
Yes.
Green Veggie Beast, thanks for the 5. I'm on Rumble. Did you get my email? I probably did, but I can't think about it right now. I don't know what it was, but I probably did. I look at my email all day long. Heather Cockgain, member for 1 month. Hi, Megan, Tug Mods, and chat. Well, hello. Thanks for being here. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. I think the judge forgot about sanctions for Bruce. Yes, that's how it feels.
It does feel like it. I mean, are we waiting on the other judge to give some kind of opinion on something before we do, or?
Maybe. I mean, he does have to rule on the motion to vacate.
It's still ridiculous, though. I mean, this. He's just let it sit there, and he's deciding on stuff that involves this guy there still as well, and he's becoming, in my opinion, I'm seeing more and more outside of the court BS. You're seeing him try to push that document 123. He's starting to act emboldened again. And he will get worse, because that's what he does. So
yep. And Frankie3131, thanks for the 20. Let's get the party started. Thank you so much for that, Frankie. I appreciate that. Valor View News, thanks for the 10. Can you try asking for an image of a major turtle racing accident through Grok? Mine keeps trying, but tells me to retry. A major turtle racing accident. That's funny. Like a 5 turtle pile up. trying to escape turtle purgatory. That would be hilarious. Sticky Widget, thanks for the 5. YOLO. Is that you only live once? Yes. Okay. Caroline B, thanks for the 5. Where's the doggy update? The doggy update? Oh, you mean the the dogs lived. She didn't kill the dogs. Do you mean the neighbor's dogs? We did find out that the dogs are okay.
That's good to find out.
Slug Entertainment, thanks for the 2. I found cheese flavored Spam and effed him up, Grandma. Well, of course you did. And stop calling me Grandma. And cheese flavored Spam sounds horrible.
It sounds very gross.
Oh my God, that's gross. Frankie3131, thanks for the 5. For better days ahead. God, I hope so, because I need a break from the drama. I need a real big break from the drama in my own life. Ma, thanks for the $5 super sticker. I appreciate you. Mavia, thanks for the 10 to cheer Megan up. Remember, you've been medically diagnosed by a professional with not having a big fat neck. Hold on to that, you medium beautiful woman.
That's true. You did have a professional tell you that.
I did. I am going to have it embroidered on a pillow, by the way, just to keep in my living room. It says, well, at least you don't have a big fat neck. Signed
God.
Dr. So-and-so.
My mom cracked me up today. She was like, for church, they have like a bulletin coming out, and she was looking for she has to be part of it. So she has to have like her picture out there. And she had just found out, she was like, oh my gosh, my phone, it's got like a face smoother and stuff. I was showing her some of the stuff you could do with it. And oh my God. I was like, like when you turn that up, I was like, you can turn it up as far as you want. But, if your glasses start disappearing on your face, then you've gone too far. Just remember that. Okay? It was so funny though. I loved it. Anyway.
Slug Entertainment, thanks for the 2. Breaking news, my Red 40 consuming self got a date. Well, congratulations. I hope you didn't get one I know you didn't offer her cheese first thing. I told you not to do that the other day. I said that was a bad move. So I'm glad you got a date.
They tell me you offered cheese first though.
Cutting Linguist, thanks for the 2. Don't forget about elementopene.
Yeah. See, I thought that was hilarious. Like when somebody said that. I was like, that's great. I never thought about it.
I didn't either. John Baker, thanks for the 2. Child essay, Arizona, but you're right. Life. Yeah, okay. There are a few exceptions, like some child essay and also kidnapping, I believe. I saw the chat talking about that. There are certain kidnapping laws that can land you in prison for life.
Well, okay. Maybe we should have phrased that a little bit different. What else could he be talking about that would get him life imprisonment in this situation?
Right.
I guess that would have been better,
Because he's not planning on kidnapping Jeremy Hales, I don't think. As Shine, thanks for the 5. Appreciate you.
Oh my God. I hope he's not planning the other thing either.
Oh, ew.
Oh, gross. That was like, oh no. Because I know she went to kidnapping and stopped. I was like, blah, mine, turn off.
Oh, no.
Turn off now.
Rosalind Duke, thanks for the 5. No squats, please. No squats. I haven't made you guys do squats in a long time. It's probably time for that. Lori Netzel, thanks for the 5. Kilroy was here. LOL. Wyatt's Grammy, thanks for the 5. Ready to rumble. And Rosalind Duke, thanks for the 5. I want my $2. So funny. Green Veggie Beast, thanks for the 10. I'm not reading this. You can't trick me into reading this. Thank you for the 10, but I am definitely not reading this. You know what I meant when I said I was going to spend the evening with my speed queen doing the laundry that is piling up. Vice Baby, thanks for the 5. It says speed. Joanne C. JoJo's Adventures, thanks for the 5. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't subscribed to Vice Baby, you need to do that because he's been doing Lego streams while listening to Jeff's Maritime Mondays, and it is really great. It's a really great thing to watch, to rewatch Jeff's Maritime Mondays with Connor, and I think you guys should go over there and subscribe and support the channel as well. Did I cut you off? What did you say?
People have asked how your dog is doing.
My dog?
Yeah, it's sick.
Oh, yeah, he's fine. 24 hours, he was over it.
Okay.
So luckily,
I was like, oh yeah,
I took him to the groomers. I took him to the groomers at the right time because after that, he never had another bout of the unmentionable, and so he didn't get all messy again. So thank goodness it wasn't a waste of time to take him to the groomers when I did.
Why is the washer so imbalanced? By the way, that is a very fast.
My washer is not unbalanced.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You're already having the speed queen, huh?
Listen, you stop it. Joanne
Chat was like, Tug, you read it. You read it, Tug.
Joanne C. JoJo's Adventures. Thanks for the 5. I appreciate you. Vice Baby says Queen. Vice Baby says is. Thanks for the 5. And Speedy. Thank you for those 3 5s in a row. Buck Naked, thanks to the 5. And Peculiar Optics names since they can't donate. Nice. Frankie 3131, thanks to the 5. Your mods are great. I agree. They work hard. Rhea Norman, thanks to the 2. When you pull us over, can we nip to the toilet? Maybe, if I can find a clean one. Roberto Gines or Gines, I'm not sure. Thanks to the 5 for the breadstick money. I appreciate you. And Ellie Fant, thanks to the 2. Still waiting on my mod pay. This is a joke. Kathy Stewart, thanks to the 5. Thanks, mods, for all you do. PO'd me out a long time ago. I blocked them. Distraction gone from my site. Problem solved. Love you, Megan and Tug. Yes, the block button is wondrous. It solves a lot of problems. Elephant, thanks for the 5. Spend time with the Speed Queen sounds dirty. Listen, you people.
Phrasing.
Knock it off. Elephant, thanks for the 5. Does Mr. Fox know about the time you spend with the Speed Queen? All right. I've had it up to here with the Speed Queen. Knock it off. DTG 1032, thanks for the 5. Do the YouTube things, like and subsidize. I forgot about that.
Exactly.
Like and subsidize. I gotta add that to the repertoire.
I can't wait for the I can't wait for somebody to do one of the pictures, over on locals.
No.
Yeah.
Stop it. Don't give them any ideas.
Oh, dude, I'll have to remind me to show you some of these pictures. I've been playing with the cartoon looking feature on Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Because it makes me, oh my God, man, it makes some amazing ones. Me as the Pope looks very good.
I want to see it.
Oh
Share
my
it.
goodness. Yeah. Well, here, let me bring it up while we're talking. There's some other ones.
Thanks
too.
for the 99. Appreciate you. I have my favorites. Tammy's Cuz, thanks for the 5. I now owe you 2 pennies. LOL. Puzzled Puzzler gifted 1 Megan Fox membership. Welcome to the Fox Den. It's weird in here.
I haven't done that in a while.
You haven't. That is true.
Check
look
these
at
out.
this.
Yeah, so there's the rapper. Look, the wrestler. Look, I added sharks and stuff.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, I was adding stuff in. Although weirdly, it took the yellow eyes and made it a yellow strip on the mask.
That's weird.
Yeah, and look at that.
Oh, I like the Pope.
Yeah, you
That's
notice
funny.
the confirmation. You got the smoke and everything.
The smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice though. I like the look. This is so each. I've been noticing each AI, it does something specific. And ChatGPT, I needed the upgraded version, which is $20 a month. By the way, I'm not happy.
Oh my
about
God,
that.
that's a lot.
But I needed it to, where I'm proofing. ChatGPT does a better job of checking meter and finding typos and, like syntax issues. So Grok kept. I was like, hey, does this sound right? And Grok just kept giving me nonsense. I was like, what does this even mean? So ChatGPT did well. I mean, it can't write. If you've ever read a story.
No, it can't write, but it can edit pretty good.
Yes, and it does really good. But ChatGPT is the best of them. But anyway, I needed to get it upgraded so it would bring in some of its other features. But with that, you get 100 and something pictures a day on things. Yeah, so I've been playing with it. The action figure thing that everybody's been doing, ChatGPT does an incredible job with those, and it does those interesting cartoons and other stuff too.
I love it. Fallen Hero 4567, thanks for the $1. I appreciate you, and the $2. Thank you. The Lonely Cockapoo, thanks for the New Zealand 10. It's been great to see Nick again. He seems like he's in a much better place now, and he looks much better too. Absolutely, and I do think that the fact that the sentencing is over and he can move on now is a huge weight off of his shoulders. That's been hanging over his head for a very long time. And now that that's been lifted, you can see it. And Lori Netzel, thanks for the 5. High School Graffiti, if you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the CD. Rogue Mama, thanks to the 5. 12 minutes left in the Rumble goal. Probably 11 now. Rhea Norman, thanks for the 2. Nick was really kind to me when I lost my brother. It's sweet. Rhea, lots of people reached out to me and told me some really good stories about how Nick helped them when they were at a very low place.
Yeah, Nick, again, like one of the reasons, I mean, again, more reasons than this, but one of the reasons in turn, like, I consider it, I would not try to destroy him publicly anyway. I don't do that to people unless they really try to do something terrible to me. But the first time I ever had CPS called on me, it's a scary place to be. It is, when people are making false accusations and insanity. They came offline. They bragged about it and stuff. And he put me in touch with Ty Beard. And you know what? They did it all, and they did it for free. That's one thing I was stunned by. It was like, man, Ty Beard was like, "You let me handle this. I'm gonna talk to them Texans." I was like, "Holy crap!" Yeah, he dropped that elbow too, and they apologized and everything. It was funny. The third time I've had to have him involved, 3 times. That tells you how many times people have tried that too.
Wow.
So yeah, but that time it was funny because I told the CPS person, I was like, "I'll have my lawyer contact you," and people do that all the time. They talk smack.
Yeah.
I'm getting my lawyer. Well, I really was getting my lawyer. So they seemed stunned when my lawyer reached out to them and everything.
Good. And he's done good things for me too, and has always answered my call whenever I need it. And still to this day. And there's no reason to wish ill on him for anything. So I have lots of stories like this from lots of people who've said he helped them. Andy, thanks for the 2. Some breadstick money. I appreciate that. Adair K, thanks for the 5. With all this evidence, could JH get a protective order in Florida with Judge Davis? Maybe. I mean, he might be able to try, actually.
Yeah, considering you've had a protective order in violations, although he doesn't need one because technically
they're supposed to uphold it. Yeah.
Yes, it's supposed to be everywhere. The protective order doesn't stop just because you go into another state.
But it does feel like Levy County needs one from Florida because they won't.
Actually, it won't matter. It won't matter. They won't enforce it. Levy County will do nothing for Jeremy Hales.
Yeah, they really won't.
They won't. I feel confident to say that outright. If they prove me wrong, whoa, man, you know what? I'll eat those words. But until they prove me wrong, I've never seen him do any. What have they done for him?
What have they done? Nothing.
Anything. What have they done for him?
Nothing. They've made it worse. Wes and Bauman, thanks for the 5. Let's get ready to rumble. We're almost there, folks. We are almost there. Old Man Screaming at the Sky is up next. DTG 1032, thanks for the 5. You never count your breadsticks while you're sitting at the microphone. There'll be time enough for counting when the stream is done.
That would be a good remix.
Never count your breadsticks while you're sitting at
you
the
got
microphone.
To go and hold it. Yeah. Never count your breadsticks when Megan is begging. You have a great time with that song.
Yeah, Daniel Sharp, thanks for the 5. Dunking latte money. Awesome. Thank you. Vicky Brushwood, thanks for the 5. Sean Poe, thanks for the 5. Here, bumping the count up. I've been watching the Karen Reed trial with good logic. Who didn't know about it? His jaw dropping is worth it. He didn't know about this trial. Well, either did Nick. Nick's learning about it for the first time too, and it's hilarious.
Oh my God. They need to, again, he needs a taste of where this has gone. Like a catch up for it. Because when he's heard about it, it was crazy then. He was like, this is nuts. Well, welcome to crazier.
Yep, I know. I should send Nick the judge's response about the not showing up at
you should send in the freaking the Depo. Just get him to watch part of that. Just show him a few clips.
Oh my God, you're right. I should. Liz Wales, thanks for the £5. It's 2:45 a.m. using matchsticks to keep my eyes open, but I can't miss you, pair. Big love from Wales. Wow, I'm so proud of you, Liz. And I hope I'm not interrupting your night's sleep, and I hope you have nowhere to go tomorrow. Andy, thanks for the $5 super sticker. Serindy Finch, thanks for the 5. Thanks for helping me laugh while going through chemo and other procedures. Well, you need it. Laughter is good medicine.
Love to.
And good luck with all of that. And I
Love
hope
you.
that you recover. Absolutely. Lots of love. Craig Bucalo, thanks for the $5 super sticker. And Caroline B, thanks for the 2. How's your dog? He was sick. Yes, he's much better. Elliot Fan, thanks for the 2. Too fat and old for squats. Don't make me. Knock it off her. I love this name. Knock it off her. 24. Thanks for the 2. Did you call me? Maybe. I called everybody to get in here. Rats ass 67. Thanks for the 2. You say Speed Queen. Are we talking a washer or LP? Definitely.
That's what
a
it sounds
washer.
like. It does. It sounds like somebody who makes the meth.
I'm not the one who named this machine. Naomi Lyons, thanks for the Aussie 2. How much can a koala bear? I don't know. Kim Dodds, thanks for the Aussie 5. Happy belated birthday, Breadsticks. Megan, let's rumble. Yes, it's time. What a great last chat there. Now, there are some Cash Apps and Venmos. We'll go over those after the Rumble stream. So hang tight. If you sent some of those, I'll definitely be reading them. But we are moving over to Rumble, where we are having a Rumble exclusive. Again, check the top of the chat for the link. And if you are on the replay, go to the description in the video and you can click on it there. As to all of you on YouTube, we are moving over now. So head on over there now. As soon as I play my little Rumble thing, we're out of here. Just a minute, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get